Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 281, where it's kind of deceptive. It says September FOs, but it's September, and we're talking about the things that we knit in August.
We didn't all finish this in a day.
I didn't, the 8 hours that we were, that I've had to be doing things today. So sorry for everybody that was joining us live. We had a little bit of a delay, which is always kind of the risk of putting out there that we're going to be on at 12:30. But thanks for hanging in there. I see that people are hopefully now seeing us, and hopefully you were able to be watching Hohi and her mom on the cast-on party as you were waiting patiently. They are just adorable. It's so adorable. I love the relationship. I love the shared love of each other and of knitting. And so yeah, today is a day of a lot of cast-ons.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I was really motivated to clear my needles so that I could cast.
Yeah, I will take responsibility for being late. I was on a meeting and had to text Megan real quick. I'm trying to walk out of a meeting that's virtual where there's action items that belong to me. Yeah.
Back away. It's dangerous in my meetings. If you don't show up, they assign everything to you. So.
Exactly. That's right. Like I'm saying, I can't leave. Everything will go. Like Amy said she'd do this. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Yep. So yeah, I've got a lot sitting here, and they might just be like flyby FOs, but we did want to put it out there that we're going to be doing, we're doing the Hohi Fall KAL, which is super exciting, and cast on is today for that. For ours, you can do works in progress. So if you have something of hers, which I think she has like 278 patterns on Ravelry when I was looking, which is just phenomenal. Yeah. Woo! What is that?
It is the Faraway Dreams.
Faraway Dreams. Yep. I think I'm going to do the tank first. I picked up yarn. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, that's that one with the edging all around. Yep. She was just saying in the video that she really likes wraps. Like wraps are her favorite. So,
well, I'm going to do one.
Yeah. I signed up for 3 garments. I don't know what I was thinking. I have so many. I have a hat design. I have a sock design. I have cardigan design, and I have a wrap design that are all like hanging out there, like in various states that need to be completed. So I don't know why I signed up for 3, but I did Japan sleeves, which is the lace, the Japanese lace on the shoulder, and I pairing like a bright pink and then like a black, which will be fun. The staple linen tank and the simple summer stripe pullover. So I guess we've got several months, right?
Well, yeah, and one of those you probably whip out pretty quickly. I mean,
yeah. So like, yeah, especially the
simple.
The worsted weight one. Yeah, for sure. So I kicked up yarn yesterday for that, and they're all sitting there going like, you need to clean up your needles and get a few of these design things done to try to motivate me. But Hohi is giving away, so we have some prizes. Yay, Hohi is giving away a bag and some beautiful yarn as well. But we ordered some bags from her to give away, and we want to kick off the KAL by doing so. So out in Discord, we'll open up a giveaway thread. And if you were watching her live, it's the artist's inspiration was the joy that fall brings, right? So you can see you want all of the woolly warmth and all of the sweaters. And I think there's some leaves in there, sweaters and hats and shawls. And there's like an apple. So super cute design. It's got a drawstring that goes on both sides. So it gathers in the center there. And the thing that I didn't know, but I appreciate, is the little handle. Yeah. So post your favorite thing about fall out on Discord. So if you haven't joined us on Discord, give it a try and go out there and enter. It'll be our first giveaway on Discord.
Yeah, and we have several of them. So enter.
Yes. Yes. We will definitely, we won't be picking based off of like merit of response. It'll be random number generator at that point, but super excited about the KAL getting kicked off and having my yarn all caked up. And
yep, I was looking that I have my other project caked up and ready to go sitting over there, and I put it in a Hohi bag that I had purchased from her. So yep.
All right, you want to get to the FOs again, just another little tickler out there for folks. We are doing a game night on Friday, which I'm super excited about. Sounds like, Amy, you're going to have to invite your husband since it's your anniversary.
Yeah, I did not proofread those dates very well.
And I should have realized because you're 2 weeks before me, but I was just throwing dates out there. So yeah, we're going to be playing Quiplash, which is super fun. I've never played it with an audience that isn't submitting the answers, but it says that we can have up to 10,000 people, which is exciting.
We're not going to need that, but yeah.
Yeah, and drawful. Well, I guess, yeah, if we went like public with it and like invite all of your friends. But yeah, so we're doing that on Friday.
I can't play drawful because I don't have that one on my end. So
you can. Oh, you mean you can't host it, but you can.
Oh yeah, I can't host it.
Yeah, but you can play it for sure.
Okay.
All right, FOs.
Okay.
FOs.
So I'm gonna start with
the not so mystery gnome.
We're both like blowing out on the beard here.
I know, mine's sparkly. Well, I could put a different beard on.
Oh, that's true. You got multiple
beards. Potato head here going on.
Yeah, lots of glare.
Yeah, that was so much fun. So much fun. And for those who couldn't join us, we do have it recorded so you can hear everybody's story.
There we go. Look at me. Nikki. Are you in there? Nikki's not very good at using the Zooms. She's like, where do I put up here? Down here.
My Nikki has a pickle, which I realized when I was taking the photos yesterday for Sarah's KAL entry, kind of looks like it could be like a big green turd when it's just laying on the ground next to yeah.
Poop green, huh?
But it's a pickle.
Okay.
And then I think we both have our everlasting socks, right? So there's one more month on the KAL for that one.
So mine are wrapped up, like Marie Kondo style, because I pulled this out of my sock drawer. But I thought that might be interesting for people to see.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yours pops so much with that white. I think my gray, there's just not enough contrast on some of it, like especially that blue stripe. But I'm loving them.
There's my Amish mistake. I'm not ripping it out. There it is.
Oh, you're so silly.
All right. So then my recent FOs that have allowed me to cast on is I finished all of my whips of 3. So I only have 2 of them with me. The other one was a baby hat. It's hiding somewhere downstairs. But this is the Truffula Tuft out of Mitchell's Creations. So
it's so pretty. Yeah, it's blowing out. But you have a photo out on Instagram that I think is fairly color accurate.
Yeah, so I believe that the multicolor is Wildflowers or something very similarly named, and the other one is like denim, something jeans related. So there's that. And then the accent color just happened to be Serendipitous Leading Men Fiber Arts that looked really, really good with it.
Very pretty. Big. It'll keep you warm.
Yeah, it can be like a shoulder wrap as well as a cowl.
And was that just like use up all of it you had of the yarn, or did you just make it a specific big size to fit over your shoulders and then stop?
For me, there were two sizes. One was the cowl, individual cowl, and then the bigger one. And so once I got to the individual cowl length, I thought I'm going to go for the bigger one, and used up almost all of my yarn.
Mhm.
So it probably could have went bigger if I had a more yardage in my skein, but I ended up with enough to put it in my yarn scrap blanket, so maybe 5 grams.
Okay.
So I used all but 5 grams. And then, of course, there's tons of the mohair left over because it's 2 to 1.
Yep.
On the straping.
Make yourself a very warm and soft hat.
Yep. Yep.
Doing it double. I've got a couple of hat patterns that I've done that with.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
The Langfeld is the one that comes immediately to mind, but.
So then I have some double knitting. So this is kind of where it starts. Again, it's knit this way, but
Yeah. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. It's a reading the rain. I like that with the darker background. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is kind of like the pattern money shot there with the blue butterflies and black background.
Yeah.
This was a kit that I bought at Vogue many, many moons ago when it was in Minneapolis the first time, in recent times, I should say. It's been there before, but not since I was a knitter. And then, so this is specifically dyed for this pattern. So I believe this is the lunar moth color, and then this is just a black. So
beautiful.
Yep. So yeah, that is actually cashmere. Yeah, I think it might just be a wall hanging in my craft room for a while. I can just pin it to my board and look at its beautifulness. But eventually I'll probably seam it up.
You could and then you could go rub up against it like a cat, because it sounds like it's really soft if it's cashmere. All that softness would be wasted.
But eventually I can sew it up and make it a nice cowl. So
it's beautiful, Amy.
I'm glad to have it done.
That I've only done on brims. I've never done actual creating of motifs with it. So
yeah, I'm glad that it's done. Again, I didn't use anywhere near what the yarn was left. I had a lot left, but it wasn't enough to make a full-blown scarf. And then that would have taken me another I don't even know how many years to motivate myself, because again, this is charted. Every single line is something that you have to read, and then it's bi-directional. So you have to you read it one way and then you read it the other way. And if you get messed up, yeah, it's not an easy.
Some concentration.
It does. It takes lots of concentration.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Very pretty. Love it. Loves it.
Yep. And then that concluded my 3 whips. So
okay. I have a lot, but they again are just going to be drive-by. I wanted to mention my first ZK 2020 purchase that got on the needles and got off of the needles were my expanding community socks out of the Berry Fun Yarns, beautiful wildflower, Rochester, Minnesota grown flowers pressed into a sock blank. And I had enough left over from those that I was able to make a PB sandwich hat by Shayna Lines. So I grabbed some yellow. I love the little pop of color at the rim, and used up a majority. I think I had just a teeny tiny little ball left over of that, the flowers. And then I was procrastinating, as I mentioned last week, and finished up. I almost had a 2 hat day. Somebody jokingly said because I finished up this hat and then I cast this one on, and we were on the chat so long, I almost finished up that one. And somebody jokingly said if I had finished 3, it would have been a hat trick.
Very true.
That was bad.
Very true.
So loving those, really great use of scraps and super meditative. On this one, I did everything as written. And on this one, I flipped it, worked it inside out for those purl areas. So I did a short row and knit in on the inside, and then flipped when it was pearls versus stockinette. I'm wearing my Rhinebeck sweater of the Autumn Court. It's from the Dirty Water Dye Works and Autumn Courts by Dragon Horde Yarn, Tristan, and super love it. I had a bit of a problem, as I mentioned at the bottom, with this color work, but I figured out where my gauge issues were with the 3-color color work, and yeah, you're not gonna be able to. Super awkward, probably can't hear me, but I like the length that I modified it to, and I also like the color work down at the bottom. I convinced myself I didn't need it, but I do. And I got it in there. And then a brief shout out, because you guys saw it last week on the tips and tricks, that I finished my mixtape top. Jesse's going to come talk to us in September, in between your and my anniversaries.
Okay.
And this is coming out in September as well. So I super love it. I need to take finished object photos of like everything that I just showed you. So I was really focused on clearing the needles, but I haven't done that final step. I'm thinking with this, I'm going to go like high pony.
Side pony.
Yeah, side pony. Yes. Have a scrunchie, one of the knitted scrunchies that yes. So I gotta get some fabulous finished object photos for Jessie on that. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff. I mean, I feel like I did a lot in August. I feel like we had a lot of KALs going on, and I'm just trying to keep that running, right? Like, as well as mix in some of that design work that I just keep on procrastinating. But if it's going to get done, that's what I just have to keep telling myself.
Well, I don't even know where you are in the steps of that, other than procrastinating some hats.
Yeah, I will show you. I just can't show you on air.
Okay.
I've been super loving the test knits and our KLs that we've had in the group, and I'm just thinking that it's just going to keep rolling, because I've got the 3 projects. It's definitely felt more like sweater weather here. Again, just recently, which again, knock on wood, Mother Nature may show us otherwise, but I feel like this time of year, that would be my favorite thing if I were entering into the fall drawing, right? My fall favorite thing. It's just with the cooler temperatures make me want to knit all of the things and be surrounded by all the wool and wear all the sweaters. And generally it's a time of year when I go to fall festivals, and that's something that I look forward to, having something to wear to the fall festival. So a little different this year, but trying to keep the motivation still there.
Yeah, I would say my favorite thing about this time of year growing up was school. Like, I loved back to school shopping, new pencils, new paper, all that stuff. And then now it's just, that crisp weather is just, it trickles in, and then you get kind of a season of it. And just being able to start cozying into like blankets and things like that instead of being too hot.
Yes. Yeah, that Huga. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready for it to be winter yet, for sure. So let's just have a nice long fall.
Yes. Please, nice long fall. Wait until Halloween. Please. We've had some really cold Halloweens in the past, so let's all the way to Halloween.
And snow. We've had snow. Yeah.
Anyway,
all these people, they're like, you're bragging about it being chilly enough to wear a mohair sweater where you're at, that you just have to put up with. Anyway, it's been great to touch base and talk about all of our finished objects. Make sure you go out and enter into Discord. I'll make sure in the show notes to include the how to join Discord again.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing everybody out there. And thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye, Yuvta.